All right, this is John Krasinski, Pittsburgh Soccer Now. We are doing our wave of interviews prior to the semifinal round of the WPIAL girls and boys soccer playoffs. And I have with me from OLSH, or Our Lady of Sacred Heart, Paige Petroval. Paige, just exciting times for your program. I believe we were just talking before we went on that this is your second year at OLSH, and I believe you guys have made the move in terms of making advancing a little further in the playoffs, and I think it all started by taking care of business in section and taking on a team that's always there in single A girls and or at that level, and that's Freedom. So congratulations on your last quarterfinal win against Freedom, and just what's it feel like now to have OLSH at this point knocking on the door of the WPIAL 1A semifinals and potentially finals?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, this is the first time that the program at OLSH has made it to the semifinals. So it's a big move for just, the school in general. And I know the girls are super excited. They've been working hard all season, all off season training and getting ready for this. And when I came on last year, I felt like we had a really strong program and a really good team. And with me kind of being there a little bit longer now, and with the girls building more and more chemistry in the formation that we play, I think it's really coming together this year. And the first win against Freedom in the regular season was a big one, and I think it really is just lighting a fire under them as we move into the playoffs, and it helped us in that second win when we played them last week.
Yeah, and that's the one that kind of got my attention for sure. And you guys had submitted Julia Santofani as the Player of the Week submission, and she earned that honor and very well earned it, beating that regular season win against Freedom. Freedom, as I said, has been a strong team at this level for many years, and Colin Williams is a great coach, and so I'm sure that felt pretty good to beat them. And what what is it about your program or your players and what you guys do to have gotten you to this point in terms of you? What's your
I,
identity?
I think overall, it's really just the chemistry that's between the girls. I mean, it might sound cliche, but they are really one huge family on and off the field. And I think you can see that when they play. I mean, they kind of can read each other. They know where they're going to be. They know when a ball's coming to them, and they trust each other to make those plays and work together. And I think that's been kind of a huge advantage to us. That not only do we have individual talent, but we have talent as one whole group.
Yeah, and as a group, again, your section, I think, snuck up on some teams this year. I think there's some good competition there as well. I mean, obviously, you were shooting towards Freedom, but just from what you've seen so far, I think you said you coached at Neshannock as well in the past.
Hmm.
So you know this level pretty well. So far in single A, with Shadyside moving up, what's your overall thoughts of the girls single A this year, and is it more wide open than it's been in the past?
I think the single A soccer has been real competitive this year. I know we've had a really challenging section, not only having to play Freedom, but Southside Beaver, they're on the other side of the bracket as well, in the semifinals, and they give us a tough time every year. They're very talented, very gritty, and they work really, really hard. Riverside gave us some challenge too. They're about the same. They're aggressive and they want it. And like overall in single A, I think there are some talented teams that kind of sneak up. I mean, there are the normal big names that everyone kind of hears of year after year, but I think this year everyone's just kind of came out like a wrecking ball, and they're just ready to take anyone on. And there have been some big upsets, so I'm glad we're on the good side of that, and that we're kind of showing people who we are, and that OLSH is someone to be concerned about. And I think the girls have really earned kind of that label on them that they're a force.
Yeah, and also, well, I'm curious though, just in terms of Southside Beaver, like having to play Greensburg Central. Greensburg Central has, if they're not careful, their first match they had to score 3 goals in the second half. In the second match, it was a close match as well. So they're a 1 seed, but at this point, I think anything it could be pretty competitive. I mean, what can they? I'm just curious in terms of your perspective. what can they do to make things difficult for Greensburg Central Catholic tomorrow?
I haven't had the opportunity to watch too much of any of the GCC games, just because they're so kind of out of our section and further away. I think if Southside comes out just with their tenacity, and I mean they're aggressive on the ball and they work very, very hard and they do want it. I think if they come out with that same force, because they beat us in the regular season too, we split with them. So if they come out with that force and that will to win, I think that's just really challenging to beat. I mean, I tell my girls all the time, and they're probably sick of hearing it, but hard work beats talent every single day. And the team that works harder is the team that's going to come out on top.
Yeah, I was just talking to a boys coach about that. At this time of year, the talent, a lot of it is you're there because you have that talent. So it's just sometimes that extra, you get late in a match and what's going to put you over the top. All right.
Right.
So I didn't want to belabor the preview this next matchup, but you got a pretty good opponent coming up, Steel Valley. Salapax is scoring up goals like crazy. She's, I believe, over 40 goals this year. So, what do you know about Steel Valley, and how are you guys preparing for the big match tomorrow?
So we actually played Steel Valley kind of towards the beginning of last year, and then I'm familiar with them just because when I was coaching at Beaver, they were also in our section. I've definitely heard Kelsey Salopek's name, and I know that she's having a great year, and she's a very talented athlete, and we're definitely, taking note of that. I think if we play our game, we play a lot of possession and a lot of quick passing, and if we kind of keep it at our tempo, I think that we'll be able to keep all of them under control, as long as we keep level head. I tell my girls all the time, be patient, relax, just play how you know how to play. We're a talented team of a big group of hardworking girls, so as long as they kind of stay level headed and don't succumb to pressure or anything like that, I think that we'll be able to manage and hopefully pull this out. But Steel Valley's obviously very talented. They've been undefeated this year. They've got a lot of goals on their record. So we're definitely not taking them lightly. We've been training, every night. The girls missed their trick-or-treating and their Halloween yesterday and put in a lot of good, solid work. And we're going to do that here later tonight. So we're just really excited for it and ready to go.
Well, we're excited about the matchup. I think it's going to be a fun matchup to see, and it's also two schools that we haven't seen at this get this far. So to me, anytime I see that, I'm pretty excited to see, Steel Valley and OLSH challenging. One of you will be playing in the finals, so that would be pretty exciting. All right. So in terms of just your last minute preparation, I mean, it's all the usual. You try not to push them too hard, leading up to a game. I'm sure the trainings and things like that. I mean, is there anything unique that you guys are doing at this point, or is it pretty standard stuff?
Yeah, pretty standard stuff. We're focusing a lot on tactical and technical play. I mean, I think we have the physicality, to last the whole 80 plus minutes that we might be playing tomorrow. I think it's really just focusing on their mindset and making sure that they're mentally prepared to go in there, because they've put in all the work for the skills and the possession and the playing of soccer. It's really just preparing their mindset, because like you said, we haven't been in this position before, and we're really lucky to be here and really thankful. And we know that Steel Valley feels the same way because they haven't been here either. So both of the teams really, really want it, and it's going to be exciting that one of us makes it to the finals, and kind of an unfamiliar face there, for this year. So just making sure they're mentally prepared is our main focus right now.
Absolutely, and it's unique time too. They're not. I don't know. I mean, every school's been going through different circumstances due to COVID, and I understand you teach, or you're at OLSH during the day as well.
So I was formerly at OLSH. I'm actually teaching at Fox Chapel at the moment. So I took that position this year. Yeah. So I'm not teaching at OLSH anymore, but still a part of the community with the soccer team.
So in terms of that whole setup and the COVID and everything that's going on, I mean, what have been the biggest challenges for you in dealing with all of that?
I think we have been lucky and we haven't really had too many challenges with it. The girls have been very cautious and very smart and taking a lot of preventative, measures in their own personal time just to make sure that we all stay healthy and we don't put themselves at risk or the team at risk. So hats off to them because as high school, girls, it can be tough to kind of lay low and, kind of put things off to the side for the betterment of the team. And they've all just been very, very responsible and, have really made this easy on me as kind of the leader of them, to make sure that we all do what we need to do to be able to play. It definitely helps making it this far to keep them in that, mindset because they're all just so excited and this is their top priority. So that definitely helps us right now.
Absolutely. Well, we're, like I said earlier, just kind of go back to the last, after the last question, we're just excited to see this matchup. So looking forward to it. Good luck tomorrow. Hopefully we'll be able to talk to you again in the coming days and the coming week. It's just an exciting time of the year, isn't it?
Yeah, it is absolutely. And thank you so much. I appreciate it. We're excited and go Chargers.
All right. Good luck, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right.